everyone. Welcome to the Home Service Monopoly Podcast. I'm very excited because today I have someone who is a friend of mine who we've known each other for quite some time. We went on a little tour together, and now to see what he's built has been amazing. But he also is so knowledgeable when it comes to all things financing, which is a topic that I know all of us home service businesses could use. So I want to welcome Chris Scoville. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, Arielle, how are you? So we had a wonderful warm up in the green room, which you're going to cut up all the reels, and that's where the fun stuff happens, right? We never really know when the podcast or the interviews start. And because we're good at everything that we do, right? We just start talking. And then usually in the green room is where all the gold is. So I hope that folks get to hear what we were talking about prior to the wonderful intro, and thank you so much. Man, talk about growth. I've watched your company before it became a company. It goes way back to me down in Miami at an event, and it wasn't even, you weren't even there. It was nothing. And then it was like 3 in a room, and then it moved to another place and then another place. So yeah, talk about scale. My Lord, we've watched each other build these things from absolutely nothing over the last 5-6 years.
100%. It's been an incredible journey and just feeding off each other's energy, seeing what you're doing, and then obviously what we're doing, and we're transforming people's lives and businesses in the home service and roofing space, which is just such a blessing. And I'm really excited. I'll give you a little hint. We were talking some Alex Hormozi stuff in the beforehand that maybe we'll leak out for you guys. Chris had some cool insights from recently visiting their headquarters. Look at that. So I'm always picking his brain there about how that event went. I'm sure a lot of Alex Hormozi fans are curious there. But I just want to do a quick intro for anyone who's listening to this, Chris, who might not know who you are. Do the quick intro, who you are, what you do.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks. My name's Chris Scoville. I have been in this industry for over 31 years. Just spoke at a conference out here in Utah at a CRM company down in Lehigh. And it was interesting because some of the crowd didn't know who I was. So I had a little slide saying who I am. And while I was building the slide the day before I present them, because I never look at presentations until I present, because I want it to always be exciting for me as it is for the audience. So when I look at a deck, I build it and then I don't go back. I just present to it, speak to it. It's exciting for me to see what I wrote. So like 1987, I was hitting the hammer in high school, building custom homes for Roscoe in Western New York. 1991, I was in Florida building roofs, spinning rebar, doing tie beams. 1993, I got into financing. 1991, 93, it's 2025, and I'm still here. They can't get rid of me. So I spent a majority of my life working with contractors in every aspect, from residential to commercial to construction of perm to wholesale lending to property assessed clean energy. I was even on Wall Street, believe it or not, in corporate compliance, investment advisors, broker dealers, insurance companies, and banks. Like, I worked on Wall Street, and they're like, well, you did? I'm like, yeah. So I've done a lot of and so that's where my compliance mind comes from, to protect our clients, to make sure that the lending solutions we provide protect them and their homeowners. So there's a lot of stuff that people don't really know about me, other than me being, we call me and our company the fat dancing bear. Like, I'm the guy that gets the attention for the company and does
Someone's got to do it.
Does the silly things online to draw attention so people know what we do and how we can help. But I'm truly the fat dancing bear. I'm the CEO. I'm the head janitor in charge. My wife, Tiffany, is the CFO. She's really my boss. And then, of course, we have Donna. She's our COO. And we scaled this company from 1 to over 18 in about a year with no money, with no capital injection, with no venture capital. Hon, can you get the deal desk? There's a deal desk. These are our clients calling.
I love it.
Real world. This is the deal desk. We'll talk about this today. So with no capital injection, building a company from ground up, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, definitely. We had a similar, what we did in our first year. So I know exactly what it looks like. It's crazy and it's fun. And you've been in financing, you've been in the financing space for quite some time. And so it's very apparent that it's not going anywhere. So for those people who are like whether they're new in business or don't offer financing, or they offer financing, they don't know much about it. I want to provide clarity on this episode for them. So just starting off, we know financing isn't going anywhere. What are like some of the core things that home service businesses need to know about financing?
Sure. I think getting real education on what it is, what the difference is between some of the lending solutions out there is really important for them to have an open mind, know that they have to offer financing. Like, let's accept that first. Okay, cool. We've accepted that we're a contractor and we need to offer it because people need affordability. Great. Now, what are we going to do about it? Let's go to the marketplace and find out what lending solutions are out there, but let's understand the difference between some of them first so we can make the right decision for our company. So from an agnostic approach, a non-sales pitchy have to use Improvifi approach is this. There's different lending solutions that you will see in groups and in forums, and I've seen unfortunate people being steered in places that they shouldn't go. So my advice is before you do make a decision, enroll with a lending solution, seek somebody that really knows it, like myself. Reach out to me, say, hey, Chris, can I just hop on a call with you to talk about this company, this one, and give your honest opinion about it? Because the worst thing is getting enrolled with a lending platform that doesn't protect your consumers, that could hurt your margins and your profitability, and that you have a bad experience with. And Arielle, some of the things that we've seen out here is contractors are like, yes, I need financing. They go and they get enrolled with some financing thing. And before you know it, their customers are looking at a 25 to 38% interest rate. And the contractor's like, this is awful. This is criminal. My consumers are being taken advantage of. I don't ever want to offer financing again because their first experience was horrible. It's kind of like in marketing. They go and they hire a marketing company to run ads. They get nothing in return. The marketing company lied to them. They're not reputable. They've got no proof that they've ever done it before. So now their assumptive is every marketing company in the world is horrible and they're out to take my money. So anybody listening to this, please, I am an open book. I do not expect to take 100% of this market share. If you have any questions or concerns or want to learn more, I even have a YouTube channel with over 390 videos on financing. You could just go and watch it and learn and then make the real decision for yourself if it's just something that you want to start offering. You really should, because people need affordability. So I hope, does that kind of help answer that particular question in one way or another?
Yeah, it definitely does. It does. You touched base on a couple things, especially the problems, right? Like, what are the problems you're seeing if there's like that home service companies, because people are coming to you all day long. You've got the deal desk ringing, which I'm excited to hear about that. That's fun. That reminds me of like that New York vibe, the deal desk. But like, what are the main problems that home service companies have right now with financing? Can you just like lay them out?
Yes, great question. The big problems, do you want to talk home improvement, or do you want to drill down to roofing, or do you want to be specific, keep it broad?
We can keep it broad because I think some of it will apply to kind of different factors of home service.
Good. So, affordability. I'm sorry, we've got...
He agrees.
Hold on. We've got the FedEx. I'm sorry. We have FedEx here, of course. Perfect timing. It's affordability. It's people not having money. Many people, 60% of the population, don't have 5,000 hours to spend on an emergency repair or replacement. So if you're selling air conditioning, roofing, exterior, insurance deductibles, retail, windows and doors, any home improvement, and you're walking in and just saying to your customers, hey, pay me. Here's your $10,000 ticket. Pay me. But you don't have a payment solution, you're going to lose. So the better approach to affordability is structuring a payment solution. So if I may, here's a better presentation. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Chris's Roofing Consumer Credit Center. We have loan experts here to help you with your needs. Would you prefer our 18-month same as cash or a long-term loan with the payment option? Out of these two options, what do you find more interesting? It's a soft credit pull. Scan the QR code. Oh, you want to go to your bank? No problem. We are also a bank. You can scan this QR code and we can use the equity in your house. So if you're a contractor and you don't have an easy way to make your home services that are $10, $15, $20, $25, $100,000 affordable Your customers will say no thank you, and they'll go find somebody that does offer it. So I always train to this. The problem is we don't have the money, we can't afford it. The solution is offer payment solutions at the point of sale to help them afford it so they can pay for it. Then make it easy, which I've framed Amazon easy at the point of sale, for them to click a QR code, soft creditable, instant approval, and of course the contractor gets paid via ACH the money for the install. So we have control. So it's really a system and a process that's very simple to plug in, but we have to identify the problem. Now, from a marketing perspective, there's a problem too. Here's the marketing angle, and we're doing this because I know you guys are in the marketing business. So let's talk about that. So first off, we have a financial problem. They don't have money. Let's talk about a marketing problem that a contractor is not offering financing, their disadvantages and problems that they face. Their competitors are offering 12 months, 18 months, 100% financing, same as cash, no interest on an ad. An offer is being made. A consumer sees the ad and the offer and they're excited because they now want to schedule an appointment. And now we have another roofer over here that says, all of our roofs are $25,000, pay us. Which ad and offer would you take? Are you excited about writing a $25,000 check for a roof that you never wanted to buy anyway? Or are you excited about the fact that you could possibly get financing for 100%, no interest for a period of time with this guy over here? So the problem on the marketing side is this guy ain't offering it. They see his ad offering it. Now, here's the spin. I don't care if that customer takes the offer or not. I care that the contractor connected, converted, and has a better opportunity to close with that consumer because of the offer of financing. And they're like, oh, you're a finance guy. You care that? I don't care that they finance. I care that they do business with you because you can help them better.
100%.
That's the big problem marketing, problem financing, problem economics. And then we can get into policy changes and insurance deductibles and economics and rising costs at ABC, Beacon, XYZ. We could get into that too, but those are just two really easily identifiable problems.
I think what you've identified most importantly with affordability is you should never lose out on a deal because of price. You should never lose out on a deal because of price if you could infuse, financing into your offer. And actually, we work with hundreds, thousands actually of roofing companies specifically. And I've actually seen firsthand because I go through their CRMs when I'm working with them on marketing. We're really ingrained. And I look and I see why deals are lost. And I've seen deals say lost due to can't afford or pricing. And I'm like, did they offer financing? And they didn't. And I'm like, go back, right? You should never lose a deal because of that. Now, I'm not saying compete in price and try to race to the bottom. I'm saying leverage financing to close deals, and affordability should never even be a question. So I want to ask you, Chris, talking about that because you have tons of trainings on this, but where is the best time in a sales process to bring up that financing?
Chuck and I did a masterclass yesterday from Top Rep Chuck Toki. And his first question in our hour-long interview was, when should a contractor bring up financing? So thank you.
We rehearsed it in that.
There was thousands of people that came on. It was nuts. Ready? Offer financing early, always, often, and in everything you do. Now let me explain. In everything you do is marketing, is conversations, is your website, is your postcards, is your door hangers, is your everything from your whole business is the offer. Early, always, and often can be tied to this. Early. All right, may I run a scenario? Let's role play. All right, good. So Contractor Google aided you, and they are excited because they see the fact that through the Googleation, you have a financing division that can help them with affordability because they've called 5 contractors that don't offer it. So they call Becky or Tom, front desk Tommy, front desk Becky. Becky answers the phone. XYZ Roofing, how can I help you? Yeah, we've had 3 bids. They're expensive. I see you offer financing. Can you send a guy over to see me? Sure. Thanks for Googleating us. We do offer financing. Thanks for seeing the offer on our website. Hey, listen, when Tom comes out at 5 or 7 to meet with you and your wife, we're going for 2 legs, which would be better. 7 o'clock, great. For Mrs. All right, fantastic. Make sure you ask Tom about our special spring Flex Pay program. Okay, cool. I'll see Tom at 7. Great. Have a blessed day. Click. We set the appointment. They saw the ad, the offer. We offer financing. No one else does. Tom comes out and Tom gets to do something now. He gets to tie in the special spring promo flex pay option, whatever you want to call it, as the offer. What we simply did was early, often, always. Early was Tom or Becky dropping a cookie crumb or the smell of Cinnabon or Auntie Anne's to let the consumer know that we have a special thing, a special offer, a promo that might be running out of time, or it's a special time of the year promo, or it's an 18-month same as cash. Now, when Tom gets there, we tie it in to the presentation. Hey, I'm going to get up on your roof. I'm going to do a roof inspection. When I get down, oh, yeah, I got to talk to you about what Becky said, our special spring flex pay option. Sets the laminate down, does the inspection. The consumers are looking at this going, wow, these guys have offers and specials. Then he gets to tie in the best part, which is the close of, hey, I'm going to tell you about this special spring promo. Now, I don't know how you're looking to pay. If you'd like to use your money, or if you'd like to use ours from our Consumer Credit Center. But a lot of our clients are leaning in on to the offer, right? So early, always, and often in everything you do. Here's another example. I'm Chris from Chris's Roofing. I'm outside of an install. Hey, it's Chris from Chris's Roofing. We're over here in X community. We've just installed X product. These great clients of ours took advantage of our special spring flex pay promo, which is an 18-month same as cash, no interest. If you're in this area and you're looking for somebody to do a roof inspection, give me a holler sometime. We can make it really affordable for you. Have a great day, and post video. So that right there is a video that you can use from a job that you installed. So you've created, we do this, we're pros, we do this all the time. We did it in X neighborhood, so you're tying the 5 Mile Famous effect to it. And we're the pros, and we offer affordability, and I can help people. Let me get on over to do the estimate. There's a lot of things that we can done in a 20-second video that could be repurposed all over Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, all these other cool places, where you slightly and lightly talk about financing, not to push people away, but to attract. So the best time to offer it is early, always, and often, and in everything that we do.
I love that. And I love that you just gave everyone a video script. Like, don't go to try to change and create your own video. He just gave you the exact video script you could use, spoken like a true marketer, right? No matter what company you have, whether it's financing, marketing, roofing, home improvement, you need to think this way of how you could amplify your message. So a lot of people are just using financing as a sales offer and a sales tool, part of that process, but they're not thinking about how they can leverage it in their messaging and in their marketing to drive forth relatability, scalability. I mean, we have to take a step back. We're all consumers, right? So I don't know about you. Most people, unless they're a tax play here, I don't know about you. I don't go to the dealership and go try to buy a car cash. Why would I waste my cash like that? I'd rather just do some sort of offer, especially if you could get 0% down for the first year. Tell me about that. What are some good types of financing that people realistically could get so business owners can understand what their consumers are looking at?
Yeah, we'll keep it real simple. Let's talk about the psychology of the buyer first, and then we'll reverse engineer that. So let's say there's 3 types of buyers. You have a cash buyer that prefers to use a 18-month same as cash, no interest. They have the cash, but they want to leverage the money from Wall Street so their cash can work for them. And then they're going to pay the loan off when they want to. Promos, promotional lending. We see that all the time at Ashley Furniture and different types of places, right? So there's our one buyer. He's a cash buyer. He likes the promo, a promotional loan. Period of time to pay a loan off in. They pay the loan off with no suffering of interest. Okay, good. The next buyer is your payment buyer, budget buyer, that will only buy if the price fits their budget. So if it's $20,000, but we can extend it to a 20-year term with no prepayment penalty, it's really only $160 a month. So that particular consumer takes that offer because it's affordable and they don't care what the term is. They'll eventually pay the loan off when something happens in life, sell the home, get a raise, get a promotion, get a bonus. They'll pay the loan off with something somewhere. They won't take it out 20 years, but they'll buy it because it's $160 a month. And the third buyer is a curveball. Your third buyer is a Chris Scoville. He is a different character. And by the way, if you don't have these lending solutions in your portfolio or in your mobile app like we have over here at our company, you may miss the opportunity to sell to one of these 3 buyers. That's why you use different lending solutions in your Consumer Credit Center. Okay, more on that later. So I, Chris Scoville, am a savvy consumer with an 850 credit score that owns his home free and clear. And I don't want a promo, and I don't want an unsecured 20-year. I'm savvy. I want to use the equity in my house so I can pay you the $25,000 for the roof, take out an additional $25,000 and buy some Bitcoin. I'm going to take the equity out of my house at the point of sale. I'm going to pay you like a cash customer. I'm going to take the $25,000, pay down credit card debt or buy Bitcoin or buy a side-by-side. Now I'm going to write off the interest monthly, and I'm also going to write off the 1.99% closing costs that were rolled into the loan because I'm savvy. So 3 different types of loan products. Product 1, a promo. Product 2, a long-term loan multi-payment option installment loan with no prepay. And product 3 is a secured loan on the home. Having these, I like to call these the tools, the financing tools, in your mobile app, the little cute dog, boop, right? Click the mobile app. Having the tools in the toolbox, there it is, will help you sell more at the point of sale. So this is the toolbox. It's a mobile app. And then your lending solutions are the tools. So when you're presenting at the point of sale, you go to the finance calculator. It's $10,500. Click. Mr. Smith, were you kind of like looking, and use a tone, were you kind of looking at like 5, 10, 15 year, 20 year, no prepayment penalty type of thing? Let him answer. Yeah, this $10,000, it's about $96 a month. What? That's it? I don't have to write you a $10,000 check? No, it's $96 a month. And then you click the link, they scan the QR code and they apply. I don't care how he buys. I'm prepared. If he wants the promo, we do a promo. If he wants unsecured, unsecured. If he wants secured, he gets secured. My toolbox is full of the tools. I'm ready to do the job.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't make it any easier. We couldn't make it any easier for contractors to offer it, you know?
Yeah, I absolutely love that. And understanding the buyers is so important because they do fall into these different buckets. So how would you say for someone here who has a team, possibly, right, a sales team, what's the best way? Obviously, you could give them this beautiful sheet, but what's the best way to really educate and train them so they understand how to present the financing offers?
Yep. Great. So selfless or selfish plug? Either one will do. When our clients come on our platform, we have a very programmatic and systematic onboarding process. We have client success managers that get them enrolled, set up the portal, and get them launched. Go-to-market training strategy. The next step is my live trainings on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and the university that we built on school. So they could, if they want to do it virtually, go to school and watch a video series to learn how to offer financing. If they want to come live, they'll come to Financing Sales Training 101 on Tuesday. If they want to go deeper, they'll come to the Wednesday class, which is called Insider Training. And then if they want to learn how to take their financing and go to market with marketing strategies and offers, they'll come to the Go-to-Market Sales Training on Thursdays. Every week, 3 live training classes where they get to talk to me or one of my pros, and they get to ask us questions in an open forum Q&A. But in addition to that, there's also a community board where they can ask me direct questions every day. So there's literally, it would take a contractor not to take action to lose. It would take a contractor to get enrolled, get his portal set up, and not get trained and not open up the app to lose. A contractor still has to be willing to learn, train their team, and take action steps to make the offer. If they don't do that, then one guy said, "Your program isn't working for me, Chris." I said, "Okay. Fair enough. Are you making the offer at the point of sale?" "No." "Of course it's not working." "Have you been to my training?" "No. I'm too busy." "Of course it's not working." "Are your sales reps using the mobile app?" "No." "Of course it's not working." So does it require the contractor to do something? Yes. I mean, if you run an ad for somebody and they don't have somebody picking up the phone to answer the lead or the email, what good was the ad?
Happens all the time too.
Yeah, so don't get mad at me when you say the ad didn't work. You didn't answer the phone within the proper time. Nobody sent the email back to say, "Hey, how can we help you?" It's the same thing in every business. Work is required for things to work. That's why they call it work. That's a good
I love that. That's a great one. Work is required for things to work.
That's why they call it work.
That's why they call it work. I absolutely love that.
Can we write that down?
That's great. Yes, please. We have this recorded, so we'll just like replay. Actually, hit it one more time because that's going to be, we'll make that the intro to this.
Work is required for things to work. That is why they call it work.
Perfect. And if you want a financing offer and a solution to work, you have to make sure you put in the work to do the offer and actually learn about it so you could present it and ultimately close more deals, because it's there to help you. And that's why I wanted to do this episode, because financing is such an important piece of the puzzle, and I truly believe could help you close more deals. I have a couple more questions here I want to get to. I want to ask a technical question for some people who just don't know. They're roofing specialists, or they're not loan specialists. They don't understand. They're not fine. What is the difference between secured and unsecured?
Great. 101. We have to start at 101, right? So that's why we define things. And in the beginning of this, the question was, let's go out there and define what lending is. Let's make sure that we're getting the right lending partner. So that's why we spend a lot of time educating our contractors as well, so they can educate the consumer to make the right proper decision at the point of sale. Ooh, a lot of words. All right, unsecured. Unsecured loan is attached to me, Chris Scoville, my human body, my credit score, which they call a FICO, and my ability to repay, which is called a DTI, a debt to income. So I can take out a loan, unsecured, not attached to my home, for X amount of dollars and pay it back to a lender, and the loan is gone with no prepayment penalty. It's not liened on my house. I could sell my house and take my unsecured loan debt with me to my next home in Arizona and still carry that debt that I pay off over a period of time. That is unsecured. Unsecured lending. Unsecured lending, the benefits for a contractor is that includes promotional loans, long-term loan monthly payment options, and it's called closed loop funding. Closed loop funding means that money is paid directly to your ACH. The consumer never touches the funds. Unsecured lending, we offer that first within the waterfall that we train contractors on how to make an offer. Number 2, secured loan. I'm Chris Scoville. I own my house free and clear. I want to use the equity, the value within my home, to get a loan to pay you directly. I get approved for this loan based on my loan to value or my combined loan to value, which is an LTV or a CLTV percentage. I get approved for a secured loan based on my credit score, which is my FICO. And I get approved on my loan based on my debt to income, which is my W-2, my pay stubs, my tax returns, right? So that's my approval process, okay? That's the difference between those two. The money for an unsecured loan comes to me, Chris Scoville, and I pay the contractor directly as a cash customer. I'm going to take it a step further. There's a thing called a personal loan. A personal loan is a loan that a consumer can go and get somewhere in the universe from many, many different places, very high interest rates. And that personal loan is money that gets sent to me, Chris Scoville, and I pay you, contractor. But the personal loan isn't equity on my house. It's attached to me. There's many drawbacks for that because the contractor doesn't control the personal loan at all. It's like, if you're selling a personal loan at the point of sale through whatever system you're using, that money goes to the consumer. You've basically turned them into a cash customer, and they can go hire anybody else. So part of the sales process in a positive manner is control. And it's control to show the customers that you know what you're doing, you're a professional, and you're really good at it. And they like that, and that's why they want to hire you as a roofing contractor, because you're really, really good at roofing. But if you're also really, really good at offering financing through your consumer credit center, your trust factor goes up, your authority and your third-party validation goes up that much higher because you have something that your competitors don't have. So that's the difference between unsecured, secured, and a personal loan.
I love it. Thanks for clarifying that, because I think there's some people who just don't know, which brings me to, after listening to this episode, I am sure people are going to be like, what am I even doing? What am I actually offering my customers, the people I care about, my clients, what makes my business a business, right? The customers. So for someone who's now either going to start fresh or maybe going back and assessing what they currently have going on for financing, what are things they should look for if they're kind of like, oh, wow, after listening to this podcast, I need to go back and just check what I'm offering finance-wise? What should they be looking at?
I say a few things. And again, this is just an approach of agnostic, not trying to take people away from whom, if they're happy with their lender, stay with their lender. I'm just very proud and thankful that you're offering financing. However, if you'd like to audit your lender, there's a few things. Number one, let's look at what is the biggest complaint. A biggest complaint from contractors is what the money costs me, dealer fees, right? So look at your dealer fees, look at your margins and your profitability from it. Look at it's called a take rate. When I make an offer, what percentage of people are actually taking the offer? It's called a take rate. Look at your approvals, look at your declines, look at your counter offers. Okay, that's data. That was your data bucket. Okay, and this is being recorded, so you can go back and listen to what I just said. Then you want to look at the relationship. And to me is the most important part. You want to value the relationship of your finance partner. Okay. Do they have a deal desk? Do they have a live person to help you or your sales rep or your consumer or your sales manager at the point of sale? Do they care about you or are you just a commodity? Are you a partner in their business and are they helping you grow? Do they have sales training, university, and classes to help your sales team grow? Do they have client success managers that tap you on the shoulder proactively every 2 weeks and say, hey, how can we help you? Do you need anything from us? So I think there's two things. You want to look at the data, which is real fun stuff. And then you want to look at the relationship and the partnership and then go, are we getting enough from our lending institution? Are they really ROIing? Is this really valuable? And then make a determination from there on what you need to do on that audit. Now, do not quit them. Keep using them. And then if you need to go to another source like Improvifi or another lender, add them into your portfolio, okay? And then go to market. And the reason why I say this is I've seen people make drastic decisions in their business and quit their lender relationship. Do not do that. Do a beautiful blend of bringing a new partnership in holistically. And then when that new partnership starts to rise to the top, and this one, you can slowly migrate away because you don't ever want to shock the system. Yes, people say that cold plunging is good for you. I'll never do it because it'll shock my system and my cute little heart will stop. I won't cold plunge. I will get into warm water and eventually turn it down, or I'll get into warm water and turn it up. I don't ever just go in and shock my system. I work things in. Do that in your business as well, because if you make a drastic change, your sales reps could stop selling because they're so used to selling this program. So don't ever let a lender say, when you use us, you have to use us in first position or else. That's just not good. As you can see, that I'm being very agnostic and non-selfish in my approach to this. Many lenders will say, we're enrolling you and you have to use us first now and take them and put them in second position. That could disrupt your business. This isn't about disrupting your business. Remember, the contractor that helps the homeowner the most at the point of sale wins whether you sell the job or not. Because the contractor that cares the most about the consumer wins the job whether they sell the job or not. Because believe it or not, your consumers know if you're being ethical and have empathy and you care about them, or if they're just trying to sell something to them. So I know I go down rabbit holes, but seriously, like, your consumers know if you care about them, if you're trying to just sell them something. Care about them first and you'll always win. Because if they don't buy from you, maybe you'll turn them into a great referral partner someday and they'll refer church, work, and school to you, right? So I don't know.
I think that's such great advice. And I love you weren't being, most people would try to be in their best interest and say, oh yeah, just switch. Like what Chris is saying right now is take a method, like take an approach that actually makes sense. Like don't just turn things off and start changing things and revamping things. You just add to, and then naturally it will take its course, and what works best for you will naturally take its course. And I think that's such a great piece of advice, because a lot of people after listening to this are going to be looking to see, okay, what are my dealer fees? What should I know about, the loan types that I'm offering for my consumers, because we care about our customers, right? And now they have a way where they can do it, where they can add in different things and definitely see what's out there and know what's out there, which brings me to my next thing. I have a couple more questions for you, but I just want to touch really quickly on what can people expect, especially businesses, like the future of financing? Is there anything down the pipeline that that's coming that we should expect in the future of what financing looks like?
I think, I'm not super techie on the crypto and stuff like that. I don't think that we're there yet. I mean, my Lord, for you roofers that are like, oh my God, I'm so late to the game. You're late, but just understand that 97% of your competitors still aren't offering financing. So you're not late, right? Think about the market share. So what do I see? I see simplicity. I see ease. I see speed. I see click QR code, soft credit pull, instant approval, fast funding. I think that we're just getting really, really good at the point of sale delivery methods of text or email it or do it face to face. I think that this industry is there's some really archaic, really great lenders that have done no modernization. And I'm over here creating things that they're looking at me going, how is he doing that? How is he doing it so fast? So case in point, my mobile app will allow a contractor to sell three different types of unsecured loans, a buy deeper subprime loan, a secured loan, tap a credit card on it to take a payment processes, and do a personal loan and or a commercial loan, all from one app. My competitors are like, we have one program. Like, what are you doing? Our clients deserve to have multiple solutions. Their customers aren't all created equal. So I see the future of we let the consumers buy how they'd like to buy. We meet our customers where they'd like to be met. How would you like to buy? Cash, check, credit card, Bitcoin, horse and carriage, insurance endorsement, credit card, unsecured, secured, personal loan, mortgage. Like, how would you like to buy? Just buy from me. How would you like to buy? Just buy from me approach rather than buy from me. One loan, one solution, one commodity, more like open up the entire portfolio and say, hey, that's why we build consumer credit centers for our clients. We don't just give them lending. We build them their own consumer credit center. We do not allow our contractors in our program to advertise and market a lender. We put them in the forefront to say, Chris's Roofing Consumer Credit Center. We have multiple lending solutions to help with your financing needs. It's a different approach.
Yeah, I think that's really, really just great that you touched on that. And I want to actually ask about the Consumer Credit Center. Tell me about the positioning and how it adds to the value of the company itself. Let's talk about that.
I don't know if we don't get in the weeds on who they are, but I got a great company down in Texas that took our meeting. I do a thing called a fly-in consulting where I fly in for a day and we meet with the C-suite, the marketing, all this. We built a consumer credit center. We took it a step further. Name of their business, .fi. So we actually created a finance URL for SEO. And so they're not just a roofer, they're also a finance center. So the beautiful website is tied in and backpaged and backlinked to it for many, many different types of qualities and search engine optimizations now when looking for financing in their specific area. So you can see what we did here. When they go to this company, Fi, it's their consumer credit center. So the approach to the consumer is, holy cow, these guys just aren't a roofer, gutter, construction, window and door. These guys have a finance center. They're way better than that other guy that was just a roofer. So the third-party validation and credibility and proof is the credibility of the contractor going, oh yeah, we're a contractor, but we're also a finance center, a consumer credit center. It's just the authority and the power and the proof that they have at the point of sale. They open up the website, they click a button, they take an application. And in nowhere do we mention any of the lenders. We are their lender hidden. We're hidden behind the scenes. We put the company up front of lending so they can portray this perfection.
I love that. And it also makes the company appear as a more sustainable, long-term, bigger company. So it could make movies.
He's got his billboard that says, XYZ roofs built Texas tough. The next billboard on the road, on the highway is name of their finance company. We're here for affordable financing roofs. Back to back down the highway. You think he went all in? I was like, yeah, let's build you a consumer credit center. I looked at it, I was like, y'all really went all in, man. He sent me pictures of his billboards on the highway in Texas.
They do everything bigger in Texas. He took what you did and was like, we got to make it bigger. We got to do it better. I love that. This is so cool. So for anyone who's new or even an OG in the industry, like you've had a company for a while, you want to know what people are doing to create just a value proposition and really differentiate themselves. These are the types of things they're offering that competitors are not yet doing. So you could be actually ahead by offering these types of things. So I'm really excited about that consumer credit center. I just absolutely love that.
Sounds good too.
It sounds great. So I want to I want to go into the last part of this podcast interview, and that is my special this or that.
Ooh.
And we're going to do a special financing edition. So I'm going to spitfire things this or that, and you have to choose between the two. No choosing both. You got to make a decision.
Son of a gun. Okay, I'm nervous now. Go.
All right. Cash or financing?
Financing.
Monthly payments or pay in full?
Monthly payments.
In-house financing or third party?
Ooh. Third party.
Residential or commercial?
Residential.
High volume or high margin?
High margin.
Maintenance plans or one-off jobs?
Maintenance plans.
Paid ads or organic?
Organic.
Book online or call to book?
Call the book.
Offer discounts or bonus add-ons?
Bonus add-ons. Never discount.
New customers or repeat clients?
Repeat clients.
Work weekends or strict weekdays?
Strict work days.
Branded truck or truck magnet?
Truck branded.
Last but not least, brand mascot or no mascot?
Mascot.
There you go. What's the pup's name?
Finny, the finance puff.
Finny the finance pup. I knew you would love that one because I knew you were all about branding and marketing. But hey, for anyone who's listened through, I love it. I need one of those. I need one of those. For anyone who's listening, Chris, where can you have a ton of educational content, ton of value. Obviously, we'll put links so that they can connect with you through our platform. But how can people find you, connect with you, and all that?
Yeah, best way. My lord, my team over in Denmark is rebuilding our site right now. So Improvifi.com, IMPROVIFI, Improvifi, FinanceImproved.com is the best way. I have an entire team now to set up demos, and you can get a hold of me if you just want to do a consultation. You can slide into the DMs all over the place. I've got a YouTube channel as well with over 350 free training things that you can go and just listen to me and other podcasts and learn and stuff like that. So I would say if you want to connect and just chat about what we went over today, head on over to Improvifi.com. Katie manages all that. She'll set up an appointment for us to speak one-to-one. Yeah.
I love it. Well, Chris, thank you so much for all the value, and thanks for joining today.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me. This is great.